It was early morning, and the city hadn't fully woken up yet, but Hassan was already running, literally and metaphorically, running after deadlines, running after approval, running after a life he thought he wanted. Yet somehow, every night he went to bed with the same heavy feeling in his chest. Like something was missing, like despite all his effort, he wasn't really moving forward, and that's the strange thing about life. Sometimes you can be busy all day and still feel like you've achieved nothing, and Hassan didn't realize it yet. But the problem wasn't his effort, it was his direction, because no matter how fast you run, if you're on the wrong path, you'll never reach the right destination. And this is exactly the truth revealed in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, a book that doesn't just teach success, it rewires how you think about life itself. And Hassan's journey began the day everything started falling apart. He missed an important deadline, argued with a close friend, and felt completely out of control, like life was happening to him instead of him controlling it. And that's when he came across a simple but powerful idea. The difference between reactive people and proactive people. Reactive people blame circumstances. They say things like, "I can't," "I have to," "It's not my fault." While proactive people take responsibility, they say, "I choose," "I will," "I can find a way." And Hassan realized he had been reactive his entire life, waiting for things to change instead of changing himself. And that was habit 1. Be proactive, not just in actions, but in mindset, because the moment you take responsibility, you take control. And this led him to habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. A concept so simple, yet so powerful. It asks a question most people avoid. What kind of life do you actually want? Not what society expects, not what others demand, but what truly matters to you. Hassan had never thought about it deeply. He was just following a script written by others, chasing goals he never consciously chose. So he sat down one night and imagined his own funeral. Who would be there? What they would say about him? What kind of person he wanted to be remembered as? And that vision shook him, because he realized he wasn't living in alignment with it. And that's when habit 3 came into play. Put first things. First, the discipline of prioritizing what truly matters over what feels urgent, because life is full of distractions, urgent emails, notifications, minor tasks that create the illusion of productivity. But real effectiveness comes from focusing on important things: health, relationships, growth, purpose. And Hassan started restructuring his days, saying no to things that didn't align with his values, and yes to things that did. And slowly, his life began to shift. But success isn't just about personal growth. It's also about how you interact with others. And that's where the next habits transformed everything. Habit 4, think win-win, because most people see life as a competition. If someone else wins, they lose. But truly, effective people think differently. They believe in abundance, in mutual benefit, in creating outcomes where everyone gains. And Hassan tested this at work. Instead of trying to outshine his colleagues, he started collaborating, supporting, and something surprising happened. His relationships improved, his stress decreased, and his results actually got better. And then came habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. A habit so powerful it can transform relationships overnight, because most people listen to reply, not to understand. They're just waiting for their turn to speak. But real connection happens when you genuinely listen, when you step into the other person's perspective. And Hassan realized how often he misunderstood people simply because he never truly listened. So he practiced empathy, he asked questions, he paid attention. And suddenly, conflicts that once seemed complicated became easier to resolve. And people started trusting him more. And then came habit 6, synergize. The idea that when people collaborate effectively, the result is greater than the sum of individual efforts. It's about valuing differences, combining strengths, and creating something better together. And Hassan experienced this during a team project, where instead of forcing his ideas, he encouraged everyone to contribute. And the final result exceeded anything he could have achieved alone. And finally, habit 7, sharpen the saw, the habit that sustains all others. It's about renewal, taking care of your body, mind, emotions, and spirit. Because effectiveness isn't about constant hustle. It's about balance, growth, and sustainability. And Hassan realized he had been neglecting himself, working endlessly without rest, without reflection, without growth. So he started small, exercising regularly, reading daily, spending time in reflection, and reconnecting with what truly mattered. And over time, something incredible happened. His life didn't just improve, it transformed. Not because of luck, not because of external changes, but because he changed from within. And that's the real message of the book. Success is not about quick fixes. It's about principles. Timeless principles that, when practiced consistently, lead to lasting effectiveness. And Hassan's journey is a reminder that no matter where you are in life, no matter how lost or stuck you feel, you have the power to change your direction, to rewrite your story, to become the person you truly want to be. But it starts with a choice, a decision to stop reacting and start living intentionally. Because in the end, effectiveness is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. And when you align your actions with your values, your life begins to make sense in a way it never did before. And that is the true power of these 7 habits. Not just to improve your productivity, but to transform your entire life from the inside out.